general thought to start.
I thought the first half defensively was probably as good a half of defenses that we've played all year. And, I didn't know what to expect from them. But then we decided the third quarter to play one of the worst quarters of defense, and give credit to EIU as they started just attacking us, and we didn't really have an answer. But we were able to, on the glass we hurt them, and and then we shared the ball and found open people. I think we had 22 assists on 23 made field goals. We were able to take care of business. It's that time of year that you don't care how it looks. You got to keep playing, and we live to play another day. So.
Questions? Maddie, when you only have 6 basically playing, probably easy to maybe rest on defense, but I assume that's not really an option with that guy, right?
Definitely not. Or our assistant coach, Coach Russell, he lives and breathes defense, so definitely not an option to rest.
Kevin, as the bench has shrunk out of necessity as you're going along here, playing the second game in as many days tomorrow, you think you're going to have to steal minutes from some other kids, or is it just going to go with we got our 5s out there?
I don't know. Where do you steal minutes? How do you, when you get into, when you're playing this late, if you try to, we were playing a few years ago at Western Kentucky, and we played 6 kids basically, and we thought the same thing. And we put a young lady in there, and before we could get her out, a minute and a half later, we had gone from 6 points up to 3 points down, and the game's over. So you're going to have to, if you want to win a championship, you're going to have to, somebody's going to have to, suck it up and make plays, and you may have to play long. I don't know, but if there's a chance, we will try to steal a minute or two to give them as much rest as we can. But the bottom line is that, at this point of the season and playing in the last game in the tournament, you should be able to finish. And we'll have the opportunity, but I don't know. We'll have to see how much Demi can do here as a guard and a forward and a whatever.
Demi, you seem to play well here at the Ford Center. Is it just the tournament atmosphere, confidence? What kind of motivates you and gets you going?
I guess they just needed me these last 2 games. With Kiana going down, we're down one more body. Chelsea and Maddie haven't had a break all season, so if there's any time to step up and do something, I guess better late than never. Sorry, like that.
For both players, you guys have come up short the last couple of years here. What would it mean tomorrow, regardless of who you have to play, to finally get over the hump?
I think it would mean a whole lot to us, especially with all the people that we have injured. I think it'd be a big statement to our conference. Even with 7 injured on the bench, we're still going to bring our A game and get to the championship game 3 years in a row now. So if we can push through and finish it out, that'd be a lot, and it's a lot to build on for next year too, with all those people coming back.
I'm the same as Maddie. Everyone that's on the bench wants to play, all the injured people, so it's the least we could do to go out and win one for them.
Kevin, how's it different running 7, 8 years ago? You had Heather and Jasmine, and you're running your 2 guards, and with Maddie and Chelsea, obviously they can stretch the floor, but it's sort of maybe different focus on the offense. How is it different in terms of what you guys are trying to get done in offense?
At one level, sorry. It's not any different. We're trying to, when we had those kids, we tried to score in the paint with them. We just tried to spread the floor and drive and set ball screens and drive. And with these guys, we just try to throw it down in there. We have I guess Coach Russell and I probably have coached 50 years in high school, and we just got used to, it's a lot easier to win if you get the ball as close to the goal as you can. And then you go with that philosophy. And then when you've got kids that can do stuff with it, it's the same philosophy, but it's very different. I mean, the style is very different than it was back then. You know, Maddie's really good in the high post, and Maddie and Chelsea as a combination are really good. And it's just like those kids were. You know, they kind of fed off each other. You know, they got to figure out a way to do it one more time.
When your OVC player of the year is diving on the floor after loose balls, what does that say to you, and what does it say to other kids in here?
Well, I think everybody knows if she's not diving on the floor after loose balls, what will be happening at practice the next day?
We'll be diving.
You know, we don't play the best player or whatever. I mean, I think you saw I chewed on Chelsea in the last 3 minutes of the game because she's better than what she was doing out there, and I expect more out of her, and she expects more out of herself. You know, anybody can get their rear end chewed. I can get mine chewed. You know, and we hope that all of our kids are mentally tough enough, and the expectation is that we all have to go out and do it. It's not a prima donna atmosphere. It's not a, you know, we're afraid of this or that or the other. It's whoever we got. We gotta bring our A game no matter who it is. We expect everybody to do everything, and if that's good enough, we're fine. And if it's not good enough, we're fine. But we're not going to expect to win a championship if our best player won't dive on the floor after loose balls.